Next up is still the fighter. Let's see how he does.
That's her man? No way. I'm happy for them and I hope that they last.
Doing good onto the rolling boulder. Doing really good. He looks fine going on this course. He really doesn't need to regen. I'll let that count because he thought he had to regen, but whatever.
We should have avoided it at all costs.
Onto the doorknob balls he might clear. Come on, dude. Let's see if he can do it. And he's gonna clear! Next up is Bluebot 0894. Let's see how he does. Doing good so far. Onto the rolling boulder already. He went speed on that floating steps. And he's going speed also on rolling boulder as he safe jumps though. No! He's out. Oh. Next up is Sunnyfish 1561. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. Doing great so far. Slowly climbs that trust though. The first stage is all about speed. All of these stages are actually about speed. And barely catches that ledge. How about this wing nut? Oh, he's out. And he didn't get a great jump to the wing nut. Oh. Next up is Ninja's FDW64, which is for the win. So let's see how he does. He's in V-War, as you can see his shirt. Onto the floating steps. And he is just going through it, being a great competitor in the... Oh, wow! He's out. Next up is Get Barbecued, and he's better get back to the start before the timer goes off. If he false starts, then he false starts and get a penalty. No one has done that so far in this season, but it won't mean... Oh, wow! He is so early out. He gets under that truss and doesn't get that jump. And he's out. Next up is a Rich Nope. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. Doing good. Oh! And out on the same one. He's going out. Next up is a Rich Nope's up. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. Oh, and he rushes halfway through. Wow. Not that last jump, but oh! Save. onto the rolling boulder. Yeah, hold on. And he's got it. Onto the half pipe attack. Use that side wisely. He didn't get a great jump on it and he's out. Next up is Real Sefman. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. And she is out of the game. And that will be the end of him. Next up is Boom Girl 321. Let's see how she does. Onto the flowing steps. Alright, onto the rolling boulder. Cameraman getting fired. Oh, okay. This is all of Real Sefman, by the way. Doesn't forget to jump this time, but still having trouble. Oh, do it. Yes! And go, Boom Girl. Go, go. Go. Come on. Boom Girl, you hurry. Come on. Is it gonna be enough? No. She slips away. She makes it. Alright, good job. Next up is Riley_Gamer. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. Doing good so far. He rushed through that. Onto the rolling boulder. Alright, the half. Oh no! And he's out on the half pipe attack. Oh. Next up is the Dank is Real 421. Let's see how he does. Onto the floating steps. Doing good. Onto the rolling boulder. Doing good. Now for the half pipe attack. It worries him a lot and it will damage him on that first jump. Well, good. Next up is Kylo Van H. I do not know how to pronounce it, but let's just see how he does. And he's not moving back to start before I do. Go back to start. What is he doing? Please go. And he decides to false start, so that will be a 5-second penalty. He did it when the 1 second before the 1 second passed. Oh, slips down. That's okay. Onto the rolling boulder, slowly moving it. I think he's gonna time out or fail. Yeah, he's probably gonna fail or time out. Finally gets the. Oh no! Jumps too early and he is out. Next up is that guy 64 white tea. Let's see how he does.
Order your 28-day plan now and receive a week of best-selling South Beach Complete Shakes free.
Onto the floating steps. Onto the rolling boulder now. Going at a decent pace right now. He just wants to hurry a little bit if he wants to beat the clock by a lot. Ooh, he's going really. Oh, well, I forgot. Whatever. Onto the half pipe attack. Oh no! He's out. Oh. Next up is Happy BML. Let's see how he does.
By targeting a whore, the president is attacking a mid-level civil servant who needs a clearance to do his job and is prohibited.
Onto the floating steps. He's doing well so far. Onto rolling boulder. Get that ball moving very fast. That might. Oh! He's out. Oh. Next up is I'm a noob 78097. Let's see how he does.
Indicated could be in danger of losing their clearance. I know you don't have a video monitor in front of you, but it's James Clapper, James Comey, well, doesn't have one supposedly, Michael Hayden, Sally Yates, Susan Rice, Andrew McKay, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and Bruce Orr.
Onto the rolling boulder.
Why are those the 10 people they're signaling out?
He's doing good.
Well, either because they've been critical of him, or because he wants to use them as examples of.
And he's doing so good so far.
In the case of Bruce Orr,
yes, turn. Oh!
I think that is one of
and he's out. Next up is Kai Wipeout. Let's see how he does.
In terms of meetings that come power, and also the fact that Donald Trump, when he was the presidential candidate, Republican Party,
onto the floating steps.
To find Hillary's emails, I didn't
doing good.
That it was that very night that Russian intelligence went after her emails. So I made a point in the op-ed that collusion means cooperating.
Onto the rolling boulder.
Conspiracy is something else. And I think all Americans need
oh, nice. Onto the half pipe attack.
His investigation.
Oh, he's out. And he's going down into the water. Next up is William Busey. Let's see how he does. Onto the flowing steps. Oh! Wow! He is out on the floating steps. And he's unfortunately going Next up is Flamethrower 863. Let's see how he does.
What's that monkey from Aladdin? He was just missing a little hat.
Onto the rolling boulder. Oh, wait for it to stop, but he's got. Oh! And he couldn't hang on to the rope or the. Oh my god, why am I speaking anyway? Anyway, he's out. And the Ninja Killer goes to. It's probably the most obvious. It's the half pipe attack. It's been damaging since ever the first runner. I don't have memory, but I'm pretty sure it has taken out a lot today. And even last episode. Maybe the final 10 will have trouble with that. Until then, I'll see ya.